Yo sup, NY3. So the final deck of the 3 that I'm going to be showing is Kozmo's. Kozmo's has got a huge buff by the link mechanic. It made the combos even more wombo and more difficult and more life point payments to go with that. Also, diagrams still at 3, so why not? Set Rotation is an amazing card in this deck since you can pop the Kozmo town that you give them and get a search. So although it might not seem like it, this deck has got a lot of support recently, making it pretty good right now. So anyways, let's just start the deck profile. Minimum pilots, so 1 Tin Can, 3 Strawman, 3 Sword Trooper, 1 Dark Lady, 8 pilots. Yeah, you want to float into these instead of draw these. Drawing 1 is still okay since you can almost summon it and stuff. But yeah, ideally you want to be floating into these after you pop your ships with diagrams. Sword Trooper is just stupid with the link mechanic. Ships, so maximum ship while just as many ships as you can fit in really. So 3 Shuttle, 3 Slip Rider, 2 Landwalker, 3 Forerunner, Dark Destroyer, Dark Eclipser. You could probably run Dogfighter as well since tokens are good now. Eclipser is auto win against some trap heavy decks, which is cool. You can side it out accordingly. It also lets you reveal 3 untargetables of Tin Can if their deck loses to untargetables. It's pretty awkward to combo with since it doesn't special summon, it searches. But if you Strawman this back, you can search a Dark Destroyer, which is kinda nice. But yeah, just as many ships as you can fit in. The rest of the monsters are 3 Gofu and 2 Masterpiece. This is pretty cool because it's a tuner. Sword Trooper combos are really heavy on the life points. Gofu being 3 link materials by itself pretty much is gonna save 3000 life points in the combos, which is much needed. Masterpiece is just the diagram target. It's pretty good. Like if they break your Kozmo board and you paid like 7000 life points to make it, you can't make another Kozmo board since you don't have the life points to do it. So the True Draco is pretty important then because it gives you another win condition. Field spells, so 12, all 12, that's pretty obvious. Set Rotation's really good. The rest of the spells, so for the True Draco spell traps, I'm just running 1, 1, 1, and 1. You just search whichever one is good. 2 Allure. 3 Allure, I kept drawing it without darks. No stats, just experience. 3 Pot of Desires, no reason not to run this. Reasoning, Stormforth, E-Tally. Yeah, your levels all over the place, these are just good. 22 spells, 26 monsters, and 4 traps, so the deck has 52 right now. Doesn't really matter what you end up on. But yeah, the Apocalypse, Return, and 2 Cosmojo. Extra deck, just 1 Synchro, 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon for the combos. I was running 1 Omega as well to put the desired stuff back into the graveyard. That's another cool thing, but I'm not running Call of the Haunted, so putting a Dark Destroyer back into the grave doesn't really accomplish much. The Exceeds, Breaksword, Livier, Nova, and Infinity, so just 4 Exceeds. Pretty much the bare essentials. Sometimes Volcasaurus comes up if you want to overlay the Dark Lady. Sometimes Grampulse comes up to pop your own Cosmo Town, but not often enough because the extra deck is really tight to make space for all the link monsters. 1 Link Spider, I'll talk about this later. Triple Proxy Dragon, it's the stepping stone for the combos. It's kind of like Vadriana and Dragoonides. 2 Deco Talker, 1 Ningrisu, so the Link Spider is mainly here for the Ningrisu. It turns your Gofu into a Link Spider and a Proxy Dragon, which you can turn into Ningrisu. So Gofu doesn't use up your normal summon, and it's a 1 card Ningrisu. And Ningrisu is a non-targeting, non-destruction removal, so that's really good. Ningrisu can't really send anything to profit except True Draco spells and traps, so you can get an additional pop if you send those. But if you send itself, you know, you could summon another Gofu, you cleared your own field. It's just really good. And the rest is 2 Firewall and a Topologic Bomber Dragon. 3rd Firewall isn't really needed since by the time you summon 2 Firewall, that's already 7000 life points in payment. You can't really go further than that. Topologic Bomber Dragon, you know, making 1 Firewall is kind of pointless. You have to like co-link it, so it costs a lot. So if you don't have enough life points, Topologic Bomber Dragons is another cool card to make. Admittedly, it's not as good in this deck as other Kozmo decks since I don't run Call of the Haunted. Like Topologic Call of the Haunted, that's just really good. You nuke the field several times in one turn. But yeah, if you have this and Pilots, it's not as good since they can nuke your field with Topologic Bomber Dragon by summoning in front of it. And if they try to nuke your pilots, you have to tag out for a ship, and then the ship floats into, probably a pilot. And then after that, you need another ship in your hand to tag out the pilot to summon a ship to trigger Topologic Bomber Dragon's nuke on your opponent's turn. You're not always going to have that many ships in your hand to do this, and it's kind of neg as well. 3k is alright as well, but Deco Talker at 3-3 is going to be doing most of the attacking. And yeah, that's the extra deck. So I'm going to just go over 2 example combos to let you guys see how this deck flows. There's a lot of combos since Kozmo can't really search its pieces, so you got to work with what pieces you got in your hand instead of Metaphor Yangzings, which was just 1 Metaphor, 3 Yangzings, and you open that like 75% of the time, and then you just do the exact same combo 75% of the time. This, the exact combo depends on what you open. Potential combo hands, something like Gofu, Set Rotation, Forerunner. Now this is you can do a lot with this hand. I'm not even sure what the limits of this hand is. I'm pretty sure if you're running some crazy combo pieces, you could even FTK your opponent with this hand. This is just insane. But yeah, just making do with what we have, and let's just see what we can do. So Set Rotation, we get Diagram, they get Kozmo Town, summon Gofu and 2 tokens. Diagram pops Forerunner, grabbing Apocalypse, Forerunner, summons Delta Shuttle in zone 4 or 2. I think it becomes a bit important later on. The Forerunner effect summons Strawman, pay 500, we're on 7-5. Synchro Summon for Ancient Fairy Dragon, gain 1000, which is really relevant to this deck actually. 1000 life points, so we're on 8-5. Search another Diagram, Kozmo Town. If you already have the combo piece that you need, you could search Cosmojo, which is amazing. Since, Cosmojo, non-targeting, non-destruction removal, and it probably lets your ship float down into a Slip Rider for more pops or whatever. So it's really good if you can. But in this hand, we're just playing with these 3 cards, so we don't. So we're gonna have to search the Soul Trooper instead. Yeah, second Diagram, pop Forerunner again. This time we're going to search Masterpiece to go with the Apocalypse. Forerunner is going to float down into Delta Shuttle. Make sure to put the Delta Shuttle into zone 2 or 4. It becomes kind of important later on. But yeah, you can normal summon, or you could just use Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect to special summon Soul Trooper from your hand. Delta Shuttle, target something, dump Soul Trooper for cost. And then yeah, begin the Soul Trooper looping, so now we're on 7-5. Proxy Dragon, 6-5. Firewall Dragon, 5-5. Proxy Dragon, 4-5. Deco Talker, 3-5. 2-5. Another Firewall. Probably use this one actually. Yeah, another Firewall. 2000 left. You can make another Proxy Dragon. In-phase Forerunner. Set Apocalypse, of course. Tin Can for another 500. So we're on 1-5. And then again, you dump Lady Destroyer and something else, probably a Slip Rider. Popping things is cool. But yeah, having the Delta Shuttle in position 4 is good because Proxy Dragon can protect things by popping Delta Shuttle, and popping Delta Shuttle is just, we get to float down into a pilot, so that's pretty good. And then, you can float into this position again, and Proxy Dragon can protect things again. But yeah, I mean, this combo could have gone even further if we had more life points. Or I guess if I managed the life points better, this should probably be able to go further. We haven't even used the firewall to, you know, bounce our own stuff into the grave and summon stuff from the hand yet. But yeah, we'll be on 1-5, so we can use Dark Lady to pay 1,000 if we get that to our hand. The Firewall Dragon being co-linked twice is really cool as well, because now we don't have to make the choice between bouncing something on opponent's field and bouncing something in our graveyard. We can do both. So we can bounce one with the co-link 2 Firewall, and as well as our Dark Destroyer. And of course, we still have the Masterpiece Apocalypse combo, which, you know, Tribute Summon, Apocalypse pop, and then Masterpiece pop again. So yeah, that 3-card combo turned into like 6 layers of destruction or something, and we ended on a bunch of floaters, untargetables, and, you know, unaffected guys. But yeah, moral of the story is Sword Trooper is pretty retarded with the addition of linked monsters. Yeah, that's all for the deck profiles. Next time we'll probably be exploring what crazy things this Druido can do once we get our hands on the next set.